everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. Today we're going over the Serpent Society from Marvel Legends. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Now let's get to it. King Cobra embodies the name Serpent Society to the point of on his box actually being called it. I really love how this head looks. That hooded dome is wonderful. The snake on the top is great. That cobra, along with the fangs on the side of his mouth. The mouth is great too. The eyes look awesome. There is some marbling in that light green, but it doesn't take away from this being an awesome head sculpt. The body I think we've seen before, and the arms are kind of new for this channel. I really love these scaled arms. They work perfectly for the figure. The armbands are really great. The color purple is awesome, and the cape is really nice too. It has this nice sort of snake belly pattern, and on the back we also have some more scales over here. It does peg in really well and looks great for the figure, and the claws are awesome too. And he even has a hood, or is that like an eyeball, on his chest as well. Great for the snake motif. The legs are also scaled and pretty standard. The boots are in black and look really nice. I believe we've seen them before in several figures, but this figure looks really nice and is just super cool. As far as articulation goes for King Cobra, the head can go left and right and then back, not that much, forward pretty far. You can go farther back if you take the cape off. Goes up this far, not really that much with the arm, and down sort of all the way around, but it runs into the cape a lot. You do get a swivel over here, double jointed pinned elbow over here. We also get a swivel and then a hinge up and down. Nice claw. We get a back this far, not really painted all the way up, and forward this far crunch. This can peg out, and you just gotta peg it back in and push it in. It's that easy, folks. Swivel at the waist right over here. The belt you can move up and down if you like. We also have splits this far and in and up this far and back pretty far actually. Get some swivel over here, and on this body mold this can shear off, so be very careful. Get a double jointed knee going down here, looking really nice. Up, you get a swivel at the boot, and down, and then up, and then some pivot with two pegos on the feet. A really nice looking figure, and I just love the design more than the action figure itself. It is really nice for what this is, reused pieces, but it comes together very well. Constrictor has a really old school body sculpt and head sculpt, but I love how it looks. Very evil, very nuts, very stripy all the way around. Just going over this unique body mold, it's very nice. Not too much going on as far as the deco goes. A lot of stripes, a lot of dark blue and orange. These are malleable and movable, but they just stay in one flat position. But it does look really nice as far as this figure goes. It's a unique sculpt for this character. As far as articulation goes for Constrictor, the head goes back this far and forward this far. You get a swivel over here and not too much pivot. You get up this far, way up and down, all the way around. Actually got caught on my camera display a little bit. You get a swivel up here, a butterfly joint too, a double jointed pinned elbow over here, a swivel and nothing else on the arms, at least back this far, forward this far, crunch, swivel over here, weird ball joint, Y joint I think, hips, yeah, they're kind of weird, and go in, and then you can swivel them to go up and then back all the way as well, really nicely. These are getting in the way a lot. You get a swivel up here, swivel down here, double jointed knee, looking pretty okay on that, and a swivel down here and down and up, and no pivot at all with two pegos on the feet. Definitely an archaic sculpt, but I really appreciate the design once again, like King Cobra. This is a pretty cool figure, even though he's technically not a member of the Serpent Society. Never really been a fan of the bucket helmet that Rock Python has. It's just okay. The sneer is alright. The skin tone is very dark and actually really interesting. I wish they used this kind of skin tone more, but yeah, that bucket head is not doing wonders for this guy. It's kind of a shame. The body we've seen before. I do like the colors though on this figure. They're very vibrant and bright. Again, we've seen this before. I do like this belt though. It's really neat. There's a peg on the back too. We also have a cool design for this, even though it's a little cartoony and kind of board gamey, I think. Like a logo for an enemy instead of an actual snake motif. For the quick articulation breakdown, the head goes back and forth and swivel and a little bit of pivot here and there. Not too far up because it would break this and wreck it, and down, swivel, double jointed, pinned, and up really nicely on that. Swivel over here, very tight, and then up and down for this, and up and down for that with a swivel. Back this far, they need to paint higher on this, honestly. Forward, not really that far. You get a swivel over here that kind of messes the belt up. Splits, nope, and up this far. Really nice, actually, really high, and back, it's okay. All the way back, it's good, I guess. Swivel over here, swivel down here, down, up, pivot, peg holes at bottom of the feet. He's an alright figure, meant to bolster out the ranks, I think. Nothing really special for me. Maybe he has significance in the comics, but I don't really read those. I think this guy is pretty okay, I think, as a figure. He didn't really come with any accessories, but he does have holding hands, so I gave him this whip from Black Cat, and that works out really well for the snake motif for him. As far as height comparisons goes, King Cobra stands at about 6¼ inches tall, Constrictor at just under 6 inches or so, and Rock Python at about 6¼ inches tall. They look nice together with varying color schemes. Now stay tuned for the rest of the team right after this. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. We've seen Eel's body mold several times before, but the color scheme makes it really nice. I love how this looks. It's almost like a Fruit Punch box ad. It's really funny and kind of nice. Purple and blue really blends together, and it's a super solid figure with a lot of pizzazz. I like this, but the Bucky Cap body has worn out its welcome. Yet, this reminds me also of the cup from the 90s, if you know what that is, that teal and purple one. He also comes with these electric hands, and I think are reused from the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Electro. They're really good, and I love how they look, and the purple goes to the yellow. It's super nice and great, but again reminds me of sort of salad fingers. Up and down, swivel, up and down, swivel. Yeah, same as the fists and same as every other Bucky Cap figure we've come across and will come across. Cottonmouth is up next, and I swear they got inspiration from the Luke Cage TV show, especially when he's all like, I'm Luke Cage, and he beats somebody up. But it's really fun and funny, this figure. Committing to a bit is what makes this group really work so well. The head is encased in a snake as if it's being eaten, which is really wonderful and super cool. I love the face, I love the head sculpt, 10 out of 10. It's just fun and excellent. Cottonmouth's head can go up this far, not really, down this far, it's okay, and swivel over here, as well as a tiny bit of pivot, but yeah, it's a great head sculpt. The body we've seen before, it's very bulky, very huge, very big, very Cottonmouth. I love how thick it is in a way. It's wonderfully done. It's done in this really nice yellow with the boots and the hands, as well as this sort of mouth maw opening up. It's really great and a wonderful figure. The whole commitment to the Snake Society bit is excellent for this character. I love how that smile is, and he just screams awesomeness. Puff Adder is the most recent addition to our collections of Marvel Legends, and I really love this head sculpt inside at least. It's very grumpy, angry, mean, and wrinkly. It's almost stuffed in there. It's great. The head outside is really nice. I wish the teeth were colored in. The eyes look great on both sets of eyes. It has a lot of wrinkles up here. It's one big head sculpt enveloping another head sculpt. The body sculpt we've seen before on different figures, but I like the designs within. It is like sort of a double helix DNA kind of thing going around the chest. Reminds you a lot of King Cobra's design on there. We have that wrapping around to the back on the arms at least, but nothing over here, which is a shame. Although I do like the colors though. It's a really nice detail back here. Adds some more colors and it brings out the sculpt really well. The legs are a big block of blue, but the boots look really nice. I like how this looks with the paint. It's a shame it isn't really lined up better, but it looks nice as well. For accessories, Puff Adder comes with 2 fists. You can swivel and then hinge them. It's kind of a tight hinge on this, but it works really well. The swivel is nice too. It isn't too loose, isn't too tight, and fits just right. He also comes with open hands with 2 different sets of hinges. This swivels and that swivels, but this hinges up and down like it's holding a weapon, and this one swivels up and down this way like it's waving hello or goodbye. They're nice hands, but I wish they were the same hinges and the same looks. As far as articulation goes for Puff Adder, the head goes back this far, forward this far. You get a swivel over here. It's a nice pivot as well. Goes up this far and down all the way around almost. It kind of hits this a little bit. That's a shame. Swivel over here, kind of gummy. Single joint elbow with a pin, goes down and crunch forward this far and back this far. Pretty nice. Swivel over here, very tight. All the splits over here is pretty nice and down. And go up this far, not really that much. Back this far, not really that much. Up this far, pretty well actually. I like this a lot. You get a swivel over here, swivel down here, down, up, pivot, and 2 pegels up on the feet. A nice figure that we've seen before of this mold, yet with different colors and a good head sculpt. He rounds out the Serpent Society in giving a huge buff guy for the heroes to fight and wail on and provide a block for everybody else. He's really cool, kind of goofy, and is just strange. As far as height comparisons goes, Eel stands at about 6¼ inches tall or so. Cottonmouth stands at about 6½ inches tall, and Puff Adder stands at a whopping over 7½ 3.5 inches tall, 7 3/4 inches tall. They look really nice together, again with varying color schemes and a lot of snake motifs. And also here's Madam Hydra, who is also Viper, who is also a member of the team as she sees fit. Well, that and Hydra. Overall, boo, hiss. The Serpent Society is an interesting crew of villains. I do like how they look as a group, all snake themed and looking really cool, but solo they just look kind of weird. They're all a mishmash of old and new pieces, mostly old, that kind of wears these figures down in a way. I do love the head sculpts for most of them. They look nice and very snake-like, but the rest are pretty generic. The body reuse is also taking its toll, as I see that more than I see the deco on the figures and the paint. I did what I could to jazz these figures up in the review, such as talk about their good color schemes, head sculpts, and minor kit bashing, but in the end, they're mostly reused parts. I recommend getting King Cobra, Eel, and Cottonmouth, as I find them to be the best of the group. Maybe getting Puff Adder as well, seeing as he's pretty new. Maybe Constrictor, seeing as he has an interesting color scheme. But I wouldn't recommend getting Rock Python. For me, he's pretty boring, despite the cool color scheme. But make no mistake, here there be snakes. So which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Feel free to click like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com, where you'll find more reviews like this one. Thanks again for watching and keep being creative. Stay tuned.